The classroom smelled like chemicals and heat. It was lab day the day everyone feared. When her turn came, her hands trembled slightly as she set up the experiment. "Careful," her teacher said loudly, smirking. "Science isn't for everyone." A few students laughed. Her result came out wrong. The teacher shook her head, "Just like I thought." The words hit harder than failure itself. From that day on, it became routine. Every mistake she made was pointed out. Every attempt dismissed. "You don't have the mind for this," the teacher would say. Over time, the class believed it too. She stopped asking questions, stopped volunteering. But inside, something didn't feel right. Not just about herself, but about the lesson she was being taught. One night, while reviewing her notes, she noticed something strange. A formula didn't match the result they were always getting in class. At first, she thought she was wrong, but the more she checked, the clearer it became. Something was off. The data didn't align. The results were inconsistent, and suddenly, her doubt turned into something stronger. Curiosity. She started studying in secret, watching lectures, reading advanced materials, repeating experiments on her own, using whatever she could access. This time, no one interrupted her, no one laughed. And slowly, patterns began to make sense. Her results became accurate, consistent, and one realization stood out above everything else. She wasn't the problem. The experiments in class were flawed, not slightly, completely. The measurements were off. The procedure skipped critical steps. The results the teacher expected weren't scientifically correct. It wasn't just a mistake, it was a pattern. And once she saw it, she couldn't unsee it. The truth had been there all along, hidden behind authority. Another lab day arrived. The same setup, the same expectations. The teacher watched closely, ready to criticize. But this time, she didn't follow the usual instructions. She adjusted the method quietly, confidently. The class noticed. The teacher frowned. "That's not how we do it," she said sharply. She didn't argue. She just finished the experiment. And when the result appeared, it was perfect. Not just correct, but precise. The numbers aligned exactly with scientific theory. The room went silent. Students leaned closer. Even the teacher stepped forward, staring at the result like it wasn't possible. Calmly, she explained everything: the incorrect measurements, the missing steps, the flawed method they had all been following. She showed her notes, her data, her repeated trials, every detail backed by evidence. There was no room for denial, no space for excuses, just truth, clear and undeniable. For the first time, the teacher had nothing to say, no correction, no criticism, just silence. The same silence she once faced, but now, it belonged to someone else. The class looked at her differently now. Not with doubt, but with respect. The label placed on her had been broken. She didn't smile. She didn't celebrate. Because this was never about embarrassing anyone. It was about truth, about proving that she was never less. The real revenge wasn't in the moment, it was in the realization that the person who doubted her was wrong all along.
Please subscribe Brain_Upgrades for more videos like this!